Hello, Jase here. So you've got a job and you've got a KDP account. You're actually in a very good position of strength to have both of those two things. The only issue is you probably haven't got enough time to be self-publishing books on your KDP account at the moment. Now I've got some good news and some bad news for you. The bad news first, bad news, is you need to put the reps in. Okay, most self-publishers that aren't making enough money or any money, they're not publishing enough. It's not a get-rich-quick thing. You need to be publishing often in order to learn the business. Okay, that's the bad news. The good news is you don't actually need that much time when you know what parts of the book to focus on. Okay, and in this video, we're going to focus on one of them, the parts of the book that make the sales, and that's the title and the cover. Right. So if you got limited time, if you just focus on the title and cover, you got a fair shot of making money. Now I know this because there's guys in my program now who have limited time and they've got full-time jobs and they're making money right now, self-publishing books, following my system, because they're focusing on the parts that sell books. Okay, if you want my full system, I'll leave a link below. Right, so let's talk about title and cover. So my thing's a bit lagging at the moment. Here we go. Is that going to work? It's messing around. Whoa. Apologies. I've got a new software here. It's not that great. I'm going to have to change it. Okay, title and cover. Now here's the thing about title and cover. It's kind of like subjective, all right? We never really know if something's going to sell until it's published. Now, I've had books that I thought were going to be crap and they've ended up making sales, and my students as well. And then I've had books that I've spent ages on and then it doesn't sell as well as I thought it so. So, rule of thumb, you just publish the damn thing, okay? Let Amazon decide. Very, very simple. You publish it, get ads on it, 20 clicks. Within 20 clicks, you'll know, okay? So that's just the rule of thumb, okay? But for the sake of this video, I'm going to look at two covers, one that's selling really well, and one in my eyes is a bit not that great, so we can compare them so you can see, like, when there's two opposites, what it takes to make a good cover. Right, so I've looked at this cover on Amazon. This book is selling really, really well. It's an activity book for smart girls. And then I found this one, which is also an activity book for girls. This book's not selling, and in my mind, the cover is trash. And sorry if this is your book, by some chance you know if this is you. I'm not having a dig at you, but I'm having a dig at your cover. Okay, this will be very hard to sell, in my opinion. All right, so now let's look at what it actually takes. Right, let's look at both these covers. Right, cover and title. Sorry. Right, so let's firstly go over the things in my mind that are wrong. So first off, right, if we're looking at them side by side, which title stands out the most? The one on the left, of course. So this one here is what's the word for it? You can't really, it doesn't really stand out. Title, like unclear, and the title is unclear both visually and I would say the words are actually unclear as well. Like the doodle fest doesn't mean anything to me, whereas this side here is very, very clear. So let's just see title here. It's clear, it's simple, yeah, easy to understand. So that's the thing about titles, and I deal with I've got a lot of students and clients now, and when they show me their titles, everyone does this. They try and get fancy with their titles, like fancy fails. Think of that in self-publishing. Fancy fails, simple scales. I'm sure you've heard that saying, right? Keep the title as clear as possible, as clear as a 6-year-old could read it and understand it. That's how clear and simple you want to do it. Yes, there is books with fancy titles that sell, but that's a risky route. If you want to take the route of least risk, make sure everyone that sees that title from 6 years upwards understands without a shadow of doubt what exactly that book's about. And this book here on the right doesn't do that. The Doodle Fest means nothing. Yes, it's got colouring and activity book at the bottom, but already you've lost a person. The one on the left, the ultimate activity book for smart girls. Clear as day. All right, so that's the first thing. Another thing about the title. This one on the left here is giftable. It's got for smart girls. If you were going to buy that for a friend who's got a daughter, already you think this is a nice book to get that person because of the title. You don't even, what's inside it doesn't matter too much. You know it's an activity book, but the fact it's got for smart girls there, that's a giftable title, right? It's a nice present for someone that's got a kid. Someone bought me that for my daughter, I'd be like, nice one, man. It's for smart girls, right? This one on the right doesn't have any giftable. No giftable. I'm just going to write no giftable. And look how simple that is to do. Literally a tweak in the title. This one on the right's got colouring and activity book. If it just had on the cover colouring and activity book for smart girls, just increases the chances, right? Okay. Another thing on the left hand side, it's got buzzwords like the ultimate. I'm just going to put buzzwords. Buzz. The ultimate. People like seeing ultimate, big, complete. Can't think of any more at the moment off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. You've seen them on books like these, okay? And then it's got a quick rundown of the features. You can see there. There we go. Tricky brain teasers, mind games, logic, puzzle activities for girls age 8 to 12. Specific as well. It's girls 8 to 12. Something about 8 to 12 year olds. I guess people think once they hit teenager, they're going to be on their phone or something. But activity books 8 to 12 sell really well, by the way. And I like the way they've used the word tricky. Because if this is for smart girls, you need something that sounds challenging. You could use the word challenging as well. See? So it all correlates nicely. This one here, we've kind of run through everything this book's got in the title now. That is everything. Okay. One last thing. When it comes to the title, I've got it here actually. I've wrote clear. Clear here. You see the words. Very, very clear. Simple to read. Zero confusion. Okay. This one here, the Doodle Fest, takes just over a second to understand what that says. The text is a bit not as clear. And here's a rule. You don't want to confuse your customer by a nanosecond. People have very, very small attention spans now. If you just confuse them, if you just pee them off, just that little bit, they're gone. They've got so many options now. They're busy scrolling anyway. They're just waiting for a reason to scroll past. You need to give them a reason to stop, look, understand it enough, all like that. Don't give them any reason to leave because they will go. All right, they've got too many options. Okay, so let's move on to the actual cover design now. I'll put the cover design up here. Let's talk about cover. All right, let's talk about this one first. Right, this one is just a bit, it's all over the place. Right, it looks like it's just been put together in Canva. They've just got random elements. In fact, I'd bet my bottom dollar that's exactly what they've done. They just took random elements, plonked them all there, and that kind of looks freaky to me. That looks like some sort of horror show. It just doesn't sit right. It's confusing and chaotic. Again, it's unclear. Right, think of the avatar. Who's this book for? It says it's for women and girls. Let's just say it's for girls. If you were going to give this to a girl, like, would you give this to a girl based on the cover? Probably not. Right, there's too much going on. There's nothing that says it's a girl. Here's another little test for you. When you're doing your cover, when you're doing the cover design, a good cover design is something where you take away the title and you still know who it's for. Right, that's a nice little trick. And this one here you could, because if we were to get rid of this title, right, and you looked at this book, who would it be for? It's got a girl there, it's like in a power pose. It's got all these puzzle elements around. So immediately you're thinking this is some sort of puzzle activity book for girls, right? There's no title there, see? You know. Right, so that's a good trick little test for you to do. So this one's clear for the avatar. Right. This is quite flat. I would say it's quite flat because everything just looks like it's just been plonked on. There's no depth to it, so it's flat. And this one here's got depth. It looks like this one here looks like it's like popping, coming off the page at you, yeah, which is great when you for this age range, 8 to 12. You know, they like that sort of thing, right? Bit exciting to look at. You know, interesting to look at. This one here hasn't got any of that. Right, so the cover. Let's look. Colors, good use of colors. Got my blue light glasses on. Let me see this one. Yeah, the colors. Think of your avatar again. This for girls. Do they really like this type of colors? Is this interesting for girls? It's not clear. It's not for the avatar. Always think of the customer, the avatar. It's not for them. This type here. Whereas this one here, good use of colors. Nothing too crazy. Like it's not like, you know, bright pink or fluorescent or anything like that. It's almost like professional looking and a bit more subtle and a bit more what's that word? I forgot the word, but just think of like professional, a bit more subtle, and you know, something that's a nice present. It's not too crazy in your face. All right. So look at them side by side now. Let's just like summarize what we see here, just so you can take something away from this. So if you're doing for your next cover, for your next book, all right, you're limited time. You want to get the cover and title done really fast, but you want to focus on what sells the book. And when you're doing your next cover, think of it like this one here. If we do a quick rundown onto what you need to do in order to sell this book. First of all, you've got your customer, you've got your avatar that you need to know who that is, so you can design the cover for them. Make sure the title is giftable, and that comes down to words like this one for smart girls, the ultimate, and then it's got all the features on the cover as well, and a bit of the benefits as well, because if it's for smart girls, it's got tricky brain teasers there, kind of gets you thinking, oh, this is going to be tricky to do or challenging. See, it all lines up nicely. Okay, so you know the customer, you've got the title. Make sure, let's break down the title's giftable and it's clear in words, so there's no confusion. You know exactly what it says without having to zoom in or click. Remember, it's going to be read at thumbnail, and it's clear like as in the words it say. It's not doodle fest. It says active ebook, and then clear as in visually as well. You can see it. All right. So clear with the words, clear visually. Right. Next thing is the actual cover design. I would say it's appealing. I would say it's appealing for your customer, because obviously on this book here, this activity book for smart girls is for girls, right? So it's got depth, it's got that action feel to it. But obviously, if this was for toddlers or seniors, it may be better to do it more flat, like simple for them to see. Okay, so make sure you're thinking of the customer. The design is appealing for them. Think if you were the customer, would you like to buy that book, or would you like the book you're designing? Imagine it, you're designing. If you're doing it for girls, imagine it, you're designing for your daughter or your niece or someone you know. Think of it like that. Put yourself in their position, because I think we forget about this. That it's actually for a human being. Would you buy it if you were in their position? That's a good question to ask yourself. Because I'm sure this person here on the right, whoever done that, if you honestly asked them, would you spend like $7 on that book for your daughter or your mum or your wife or whoever it's for, women? Honestly, would you buy that? The answer they would say is no. Why wouldn't you buy it? The title doesn't mean anything. I don't know what's in the book. It looks chaotic. They would list out all the reasons why they wouldn't buy it. Do the same for your cover. Or even better, ask one of your friends or people you know who is your actual customer. Would they buy it? That's a good little test. Ask them, what do you think of this cover? because I'm sure if this person sent this to one of their friends or family and asked them, what do you think? That person would say, I don't know what's going on here. It's a simple test you can do for free. Could save you a lot of time and money, and time is of the essence if you haven't got much time to make this work, right? Okay, so the design appealing for your customer, and it's clear as well. Can't emphasize clear. People are scrolling, they need to just be able to see it straight away and understand it. A thumbnail, right? This one would just literally be scrolled past. It's kind of like dull. Okay, so I've broken it down all together there. But if you're going to take anything away from this video for your next book, think title, cover design. They're separate, remember? Always think of your customer first, and then think the title, the actual words. Is it giftable? Is it appealing for your customer? Is it clear? And then the actual, how you see the title, can you see it clearly? Does it stand out? Can you read it with no confusion? The design, is it appealing for your customer? Is it pleasing for them to look at? And is it clear as well? Okay. Now, you've got limited time. Focus on these things, because these things will sell the book. And the interior, you can just get done as quick as possible. Doesn't matter. This will sell the book. And if you've only got a few hours a week to work on this, this is what I'll recommend you work on, getting good at your titles and covers, because that's what makes sales. That's why my students are making sales, because that's what we focus on mostly. Now, if you want to check out my full step-by-step program, it's made for complete beginners, and it's made for you if you're limited in time, because I show you exactly what to focus on and the system to use around in your limited time. Something for you to follow. I'll leave a link below. Thanks for watching. Give me a little like and subscribe. That'd be really helpful for my channel. See you in the next video.